господа, кофе налью, быстрее начнем. Ну что ж, господа, всем здравствуйте, с вами Скэтман, сегодня с вами Алан Уэйк. Алан, проснись, давай. Добрый времени суток. Поехали. Та-да-да. Часик. Да. Надо что-то по этому поводу придумать. Ну или просто выключать вот таким вот образом, тоже не проблема. Пэт Гастес, Пэт Линсах, здравствуйте. Потом посмотрю Линцар, какой-то видосик там по Геншину, который я очень никогда не смотрю, но потом посмотрю. Громко, да? Вначале, сейчас игра начнется и будет тихо.
Groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else, someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
Жу-жу-жу.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Кто-то где-то ходит.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Фильм был, я забыл, по книге Стивена Спилберга. Там, где писателя похитила женщина и заставляла писать рассказ, продолжение, а он не хотел. Похоже на то немножечко. Так, Пекис, о чем вот хотели брать опять? Что ж.
This
Да ё-моё, что ты делаешь? Я даже не буду смотреть. Зачем он
is
это?
for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
Типа фонарем светит на чуваков, и они прячутся за деревьями. Что-то в таком духе. Dark, тьма. Ну, в общем, тут тоже про тьму. Лабиринт для шариков. Night Springs. Xbox 360. И, собственно, Xbox. The video game. Wake. А тут кто? Эмерсон. Bookstores across the country.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
Соль,
I
Лейн.
bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
Какой-то художник, видимо.
This way, Alan.
Андерсон. Тут должен быть кофе, но здесь нет. А чё FPS так страдает?
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I
втором
know
этаже
I need
были.
to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Да, это я ложь тоже. Ого, тут у тебя часы солнечные. За контейнер гетеритически сверкает чудо. ТЗ в память о близком друге и поэте. In tenebras cadere. Cauldron Lake 1912. Ну, типа, он хочет показать нам, что острова этого нету, да?
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Я вижу кофе. Типа, да, болтай. Мне нравится, что Алан не просто идет за ним и все комментирует это своими мыслями. Типа, да гонит он, гонит. Пускай болтает, мол.
Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I got you. Got you
Emerson.
good. I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress. with him,
Some
I'm happy to
progress.
say. He works on video
Elbow strike.
games.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course.
Trash.
It does involve
Get 'em
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Alan, please, this way.
Подождешь, я еще кофе возьму. О, тут 2 термоса. Терек. Там буду вещать я. Ха! Теперь это мой кофе. Очередной QR-код. Богатырь.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
То есть мы бы и хотели бы включить, да не можем. Ну и, кстати, классика, типа, если ты охотник, то ты злодей, потому что ты не уважаешь природу. Поэтому это еще одна причина, почему нельзя доверять. Потому что злодей. Ну, захватывающая книга доктора Миля Хартмана, автора бестселлера «Творческий поток». Доктор Хартман описывает свои новаторские методики терапии вовлечения и метод потока на прилавках книжных магазинов по всей стране.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud
Oh.
of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Чуваки из бара.
I guess I'd better start
He's a
wrapping
good
this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Кстати, звук подхода к запертым дверям, как в Макс Пейне. Тоже такой же.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Спуки.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place
Настольный
off
ганнайт
the
Спинкс.
face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a
Вот у него Один Тор.
a heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are
Viking Gods.
in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Секундочку. О, кажется, problem solved. Па-па-па-па-па-па.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
А можно ему еще раз нос сломаю?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to
Он
fish
же
out
Тор.
our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough.
Один, потому что у него нет одного глаза.
Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right.
Мы
Need to find the
мы видели
message.
их карту как
Sonny,
раз
here's
таки.
something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Часть рукописи? Да. Помощник и рукопись
Zane
Томаса
could feel the
Зейна.
poems taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words. Clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash
Tom,
of the
baby.
special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us.
Баба
Took
Яга.
my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought. The hag.
Мысли
She took
память.
something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake. A place of power.
We had parties.
Да, черт,
there,
чуваки,
man.
давайте уже заканчивайте.
You should go there and have a party.
That Bob Balder threw the amp through the window. Hit that hippie chick in the back of the head. 15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Лейкемия.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad scene.
Добро пожаловать в дом на Оди и Колду. Мы окажем вам всю необходимую помощь. Тем не менее, просим соблюдать следующие правила.
Tired, man.
Попросите друзей и близких заранее планировать посещение, чтобы они не приходились на время ваших лечебных процедур или творческой деятельности. Кроме того, просим вас уважать право на уединение и личное пространство других пациентов. Особенно, когда они заняты творчеством. Будьте терпеливы, большинство наших пациентов сталкиваются с долговременными творческими трудностями, которые не решаются за одну ночь. Позвольте себе тратить столько времени, сколько нужно. Помните, что вы добровольно соглашаетесь на лечение, специально подобранное для вас. Терапия вовлечения и ее аналог метод потока наиболее эффективны тогда, когда пациент активно вовлечен в их формирование. Если вас что-то беспокоит, не стесняйтесь об этом говорить. Так, я думаю, можно ли наколдовать удлиненный кабель? Походу нет. Черт. Ну ладно. Damn it! Это было бы хорошо.
They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now, and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets, and now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic. And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up. And the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too. And I have to listen to them because they're not scared of me. And everyone should just shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Например, ты.
Nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Справа там не этот чувак, который на пароме был. Похититель. Похож.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Maybe
The
fusk you?
doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them.
Чуть не сделали к доктору приятное. Есть меня доктор, нафиг он нужен.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Spooky.
Hartman wanted me to write. The white glare of the page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Такой Вейк сразу же... Нет.
Chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Молотком вырубил ее, походу.
Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they? Ha ha! Nah! Ah! Ha ha!
It's my storm. I'm taking it. We're on a comeback.
Барри в доме.
Talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Оу.
Oh, baby.
Барри тоже все запрячет.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair.
Он настоящим молотком ей бахнул по башке-то. Лол.
Backstage is all yours, Tom. Seize your destiny.
Чувака заперли в этом. Стеф.
I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered asses for us, since you're so tough, Birch.
Я ж ключи раздобыл.
Old man, you think we haven't seen punks like you before? Mortal knave. Yeah, you better hide, Birch. My wrath will break you.
He's probably kidding, Birch. He's got a great sense of humor.
Спаси Синклер, когда вырубленная рядом сидит. Кто это говорил? Да, наверное, это, кстати, врубить генератор.
I wish I had my axe.
А, нельзя? Ладно. Да. Кайпово тут. Ну, классический сюжет, типа, что чуваки в психиатрической клинике не свободны нифига. И, в общем-то, с ними может делать что угодно. Кого угодно можно объявить психом, засунуть в психиатрическую клинику и удерживать тут. Удобно. На самом деле, так избито. Сюжет уже столько миллионов раз. Тут и там попадался. Кто-то там орёт на фоне.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper.
Какая стойная фотка, к слову.
All along.
Кто так фотографирует? Что это? Просто такие. Он даже не в камеру смотрит.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Круто. А вот как раз таки теневые чуваки, с которыми мы боролись.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
А, понятно.
Do you mean with you? Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words.
Опа, нифига.
From her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
То есть, типа, он слышал, как она все это говорила, но не придал значения. Лоу. Ну да. У него реально проблемы. Ой, Бака, нет, не перекачивайся. Постыкся.
Is that how you want to play it? Really? Okay, that's how we'll play it. It'll be hardball all the way, jerk. Seriously, man, I'm willing to forget the whole thing.
Barry?
Ow! About time! Barry, man, I'm glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no.
The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that vet gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
А мы разве давали ей, да, переключатель? Я помню тему с переключателем, но... Ну да, наверное, он все-таки дал, окей. Забавно, что у персонала есть ключ от кабинета Хартмана.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Что ж, довольный такой. Yeah. Хартман видит падение Уэйка.
Followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
А зачем включил радио погромче? О! О! Хрена! Типа тьма ползет за нами. Да-да, я знаю, что надо генератор включить. Чего она нас вообще спустился вначале? Кто она? Она тебя сожрет. Много раз мне это делать? Ну, может, она и не хотела нас спускать. Может, чуваки нас из воды вытащили. Альцар против воли этой тьмы. А она за нами гонится дальше. Еще разок. Йо-йо-йо-йо-йо. Ау. Небось потом скажут, ну он смог сбежать как-то. А где вначале мы были во тьме? Что ты имеешь в виду, Лиза? Конкретное место? В каком начале? А, я понял. Нужно фонарика сдобыть, видимо. Ну или фальшфейером. Фальшфейером, хорошо. Задача Хартмана.
He had no ambitions on that front, and he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction. Producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Типа, загробастать их произведение себе? Я понял. Мне показалось, я идет термос, во. Блин, включились. О, спасибо. Спуки. Меня зажало. А, я понял. Да я не против. Приостановлено. Лорен Миллер, 1989. Выглядит кайпово. Типа щупальца. Какой-то, не знаю, батискаф ловит. лабиринт. Заведи машину, встань перед фонарем. Don't trust Эмиль. Не верь Эмилю. Это Хартманом как раз таки. Его Эмиль вроде зовут. А я и не верю. Уэйк видит сцену древних богов.
The Viking paraphernalia that littered the area surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Что там? Эти самые... Господи, как они, валькирии с небес прут к нам. Ну, кстати, баи доказательство того, что мы не сошли с ума. Тилы. Все сошли с ума. Всепоглощающее безумие, да? Лавкрафт. Ну да, это его помощник. Расти. Мы ворон слышим? Видимо, да. Так, а что это тут за закуток? Ничего, ладно. Чуть много вас как-то. О! О, нет, я не хотел! Чёрт, хотел с Эвалера, ну ладно. Потрачено. Потрачено, indeed. О, дробовичок. Дробовичок, помповичок. Страница отсутствует, надо вернуться, поискать.
Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Ха. Да, неплохо. Типа мод. Увидел, как мы реагируем на пропажу жены. О, вкусняшка. Какая вкусняшка? Где, Кастас? Вы о чем? Вы про дробовик? Вкусняшка. Я почти уверен, что я пропустил записку. О! Хапана военная система.
Down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
Да, понял. Слабоумные братцы. И вот мы вернулись с самого начала. Сюда я не ходил. А тут ничего нет. Ладно. Спуки и звуки. Классический сюжет. А схожу ли я с ума или меня обманывают? В общем, мне кажется, это прям бальзам на душу конспирологам. Типа, да, он был прав. Инопланетяне существуют. Но с другой стороны, как бы, ну... Не спешите отказываться от своих убеждений. Нет, я же поспешу отказаться, ну вот. А от новых убеждений поспешишь отказаться? Тоже? Нет, да. Фаста. О! А? На Барри напал
For the
одержимый.
moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Теперь думаю, что все ее все-таки воскресят. Надеюсь, что нет. Иначе это будет дерьмово. Воскрешение — это всегда отстой. Emil made Tom do it. Эмиль заставил Тома сделать это. Томас Зейн. О. Тоди Хайдин. Белая плитка похожа на лист рукописи. Барри. Человек уже, может быть, что-то и выдумает. Неважно. Это плохо, Линца. Плохо. Ну, типа, в большинстве случаев плохо. Хартман цепляет Уэйка. Особенно с злодеями, если так скажем.
The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Или нет? Как бы не задаю вопрос. Ты как бы отвечаешь, я понимаю. Или нет? Или как бы не понимаю.
Al! You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
Слушай, Барри, давай без херни.
Barry! I'll find it, don't worry about it!
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! Just hang on, Al! Found a corner! I found it! I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig. Here it is! Al, I found the key! tell me we're headed for the nearest. You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon, son.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Солями. Сотни раненых, тысячи погибших. Нанесенный ущерб невозможно посчитать.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true.
Думаешь так?
Whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
О, может тормозить надо было? Ну ладно. Что там за лужник такой упал, когда машину сдвинул? Шо, Лука, ты вел машину? Нет, ну типа да.
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
О, классическая раненая миссия тоже. А, что-то это гений. Хорошо.
Barry! Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine. Forget that. Are you okay? I hit some bushes.
Нас замедляют, потому что мы слишком быстро спешим и диалог не попускаем.
There's no way you can climb down though. It's like a sheer wall. Al, there's something moving down here. Barry, it's a taken. Use a flare, Barry. Oh, yeah. Barry, are you all right? I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before.
Клёво, молодец. Вот, видимо, и ферма Андерсонов. Как повезло, что мы упали прям к ней.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Круто, конечно, выглядит.
I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's a Rambo.
А
This
он,
would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
С каким-то... А, то он с плакатом идет, я думал, с каким-то копьем. Так смешно, что он с плакатом все еще этим идет. Кстати, акциденты, реально какие-то мягкие в концах. В смысле, уже официально заносили их? И чё такие они там? Ой-ой-ой. На самом деле, мне здесь нужен один одержимый с топором, мне ГГ. Но они такие, не-не-не, это слишком нечестно будет. Ага. Ну, тоже неплохо. О! Потащи. Уолтер на ферме
When he
Андерсонов.
stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Уолтер это кто? Я уже не помню. Ой, свет-то выключили, да? Ну, короче, Дендер плюс Гидра бутон, который уже можно плюс Пира равно Е взрыв без раскидывания. И плюс Электро, самодержащийся заряд по одному врагу. И еще Дендер плюс Электро, который делает что-то непонятное. Больше реакции не показали. На, вот интересно же. Может не мех, но вот прикольно, типа что-то новенькое, интересно, любопытно. Ну а так, а чё вообще, как бы, типа... Ладно, сейчас пойду. Так, все, смотрю. Я хочу реакции со всеми. Ну, наверное, что покажут. Я хочу даже банально Гео плюс Дэн, бездвижен какой-нибудь. Я думаю, все будет. Нет, пока сейчас нет ни одного элемента, который с каким-то элементом не взаимодействует. Ну, кроме Дендера, очевидно. Вот, но это пофиксит, мне кажется. Облако яда какое-нибудь. Ну, типа, да? Или просто само отравление. Ау. А тебе их прям исчезает навсегда, или они просто заменяются потом? Ой, капец, светло. Ну, вроде как исчезает навсегда. То есть, чего от них от всех можно избавиться? Поищу Лутецкий. Чуть ничего нет. Ага. Лампочка, включись. Nope. Nope.
The shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Слишком темно? Нет? Нормально, нормально.
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Nightingale is told wake.
Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry.
Ха! Фига.
Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
А ты гору разбирания не прошел, вот же были стримы. Стримы были, но квас исчез на какое-то время и не заказывал их. Вот, а мы паузу сделали. Вот сегодня будет. Кстати, прям в тему жарища. Будем по ледяным горам гонять. Так. А тут лампу-то никак-то не взять. Ну ладно. Что-то вот это не вкусилось. То есть генератор, по сути, врубил лишь один фонарь, который то уже сломался. Ой.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Ну, типа да. Trust no one in the dark. Надеюсь, Барри выживет. Барри прикольный. Омега-3 жирность кислоты. Чё, ты что должен сделать с вами? Да нет! Блин! Я хочу батарейки взять.
Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Omega-3 fatty acids are moving their heart.
Как я там генератор могу включить вообще? Random bullshit go. Да-да. Типа, знаешь, там Дендра плюс Электро, майнд-контроль. Как тебе? Пека-пека, сейчас бы майнд-контроль давать в этой игре. Так, и зачем нам это здесь? Пук плюс пек, жбабулек. Неплохо. Ты, кажется, постигаешь истинную сущность жбека. Возможно, ты все-таки избранный жгагулидос, как вещало пророчество. Возможно, жбабасы не ошиблись в себе.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Он вроде должен был на ферме остаться. А этот фонарик не включил, кстати. И чё, рукописи здесь нет? Ведь рукописи горят!
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Damage. А, так вот это ферма. Чубук. О, Иисус!
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
Ты кто? Томас Зейн?
I had seen glimpses of the lake before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Да, Томас Зейн, значит. Темная сущность на свободе.
The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. but it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Жгу на ЧС. Лица, ты шо? Так, ага, капканы. Я понял. Careful now, I've spotted a капкан. Да, а то мы уже забыли про них. Шпербуа, спокейн.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Нормально. The taken are filled with darkness. Одержимые полны тьмы. Ну, типа, да. Спасибо. Сейчас, секундочку. Нос! Нос! Ой. Недостаточно большая иконка микрофона. Серьезно? Думаешь, надо больше сделать? Или ты шутишь? Типа, она недостаточно большая. Убьюсь нужный висякам. Понятно.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Потому что это был не Барри.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry.
Спасибо.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry.
No! Danny, you're not! Please!
The front door was locked.
No! Don't! I'm sorry!
Дэнни Уолтер. Потому что это не дуга на лицах.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know?
XXX.
It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friends suddenly
Ламзи, здравствуйте.
guy who wrote this crap anyway.
Тебе говорит, помочь, чувак. Видимо, все, мы с ним даже не выпущаемся. Ну что за игра? Alan Wake. Адвентура. Такой, типа, с хоррор элементами. Ну, шутер не шутер. Ну, адвенчур, наверное, да. Лучше, чем адвенчур не назвать. Загадочная история окружает писателя Алана Уэйка, который не может отличить реальность от вымышленного мира. Ну, типа вот.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive.
Что у него сзади под ним?
Everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
И так и случилось. Вот. Ну, тут прям такая полубезумная наркомания. То есть вот в телеке это были мы. Только мы видим эти вставочки, если мы сами с собой общаемся. Мы находим рукописи, повествующие о событиях, которые еще только будут. Привет. Черт, а чё он такой зеленый?
Let me guess. Danny, huh?
Видимо, да. Все равно не упускают, ладно.
The phone farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Это Патрик. Хартман думает о Мотте и
For a
Уэйке.
moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
Манипуляции. О, там Firewatch горит. Вышка. Ну чё, поехали? А, подвал еще есть, погоди. Ага, желтая краска. Тут что-то есть. Кто-то припасы на зиму делал. Светошумовой гранат, неплохо.
Wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
But Isaac lived in a small Isaac. With his Isaac. See, Isaac and his Isaac lived in a small Isaac. О, погасло. Припасики. Хорошо. А зачем здесь лестница наверх, если она никуда нас по факту не ведет? Ну вот. Чтоб ты спросил. А я и спрошу. О, радио. Чувак, ты еще живой там.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes.
Alice,
maybe lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give them a hand, all right? This is Pat Maine on KBF FM, hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
You better hope I'm safe and warm. Or I will be in danger and moist. Ow! I'm gonna make you жбен. Но машинка уже дымится, так что надо заменять. Благо их тут как грязи. А чё там взорвалось, я не совсем понял. Типа, ну и что? Ага, я понял. Дальше пешком. Bye-bye! О, вас тут! Ё-моё. Побочный ущерб получено достижение. Нужно сбивать какое-то количество народу. И чё, много вас тут еще будет? Походу бесконечно. О, привет. Да ладно, в смысле, с фаером был. Ну, камон. Ты что за удар в затылок? О, нормальный сейф.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert.
Пеликанья гора.
Sheriff's Department still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim.
О! Да ёк! А! Bye-bye! Да, главное трактор вырубить. О, черт. Проблемки. Чуваки. Вот черт, а. Контрольная точка. Control point. А? Вот ссылочки. Brandon? Seriously, thanks. Hello. Brandon? Brandon Fraser? Вообще выглядит так, будто сюда можно залезть. Но, видимо, незачем. Старик взять во тьме. Пора уж догадаться, Ленса. Ну, сколько может-то. Сюда еще можно заскочить. Нет, нужно для недогадливых. Для недогадливых есть Карим. Все остальные игры для нормальных людей. Тут ничего, класс. Ну что ж. Пупек для кого? Для жгагутасов. Таких как ты и я. Old Gods of Asgard. У них тут сцена была, нифига. О, фейерверк. Запустить его, походу, мы не можем, да? Эх.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Чубла.
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them! God damn.
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Now, did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stocked! Ow! Hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
Да. Мощный фонарь. Нормас. Не с такой дистанции явно стрелять. Бум. Да, аномалия пиротехники. Те, которые take control, take control. Та же группа, которая в контроле песню вспоминает, короче. Нижние игры Remedy проходит. Алло. Не помню, Макс Пейни, почему я очень давно не играл. Макс Пейни во втором в титрах песни Late Goodbye. Как Макс Пейн связан с... Или одни и те же чуваки делали?
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Да. Я чуть не догадался, простите. I'm sorry. Quantum Break Control, понял. Кстати, Quantum Break у нас после Alan Wake'а.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Понял, типа вселенная одна,
See,
условно.
bestseller, no reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me. Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
Ooh, I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Мог свое отношение иметь, но он и выше, другой совсем мне не понравился. Я в третий не играл.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they?
Типа их дракар настоящий.
Stuff. They must have done okay for themselves. So how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Окей. Хорошее объяснение. Немного потерял. Но что-то я потерял.
Sleep. We all spend a third of our dreams in its soft embrace, somewhere between fantasy and
Hey,
oblivion.
remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. What got you started?
Вот это он написал? Лоу.
In Night Springs. Tonight's episode. The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah.
В Silent Hill была такая же тема.
You're just another dream. I'm a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream, and the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys, and they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat...
Oh.
Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that? Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock.
Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
Он проснется, эти все умрут. Зерголик, привет. А он 7 допом проходить будешь? Вроде бы да. Честно, я не помню, как мы там уже с Эйкеровым договорились, но я подозреваю, что да. Батя Андерсон 70-х.
1976, madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the heaviest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths. Coming back. The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Лиза Силичка, здравствуйте, ночных побегушек с фонариком. Здрасте. Здрасте. Как удобно. Гринбург Асгарда, тур Рагнарок 1975. Трепещите перед гневом яростью небес. Сиэтл, штат Вашингтон, Бейкерсфилд, штат Калифорния, Лонг-Бич, штат Калифорния, Нью-Йорк, штат Нью-Йорк, Нью-Йорк, штат Нью-Джерси, Детройт, штат Мичиган, Джексонвилл, штат Флорида, Тампа, штат Флорида, Нью-Орлеан, штат Луизиана, Баттон-Роуд, штат Луизиана, с 11 апреля по 1 мая. Привет. А на бай они не нападают? А чё это? А, что происходит? Так, понятно, типа босс. Так и должно быть. Союзник смертный? Нет. Ну, типа, ты имеешь в виду, могут ли на него напасть и убить? По-моему, нет. Это я отражение вижу, что ли, в телеке? Похоже, что да. Кажется, Альфа-Некс толкучий. Да, мощный взял. Третий тир.
I think we can make it through here, Al.
А вообще откуда это кричит? Тут они варили пойло.
Wow, those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff. Be careful, Al!
Кто-то ходит наверху.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
Мы это же профессиональный убийца. Тук-тук-тук, я слышал.
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work
KBFM. Че, наверное, все уже, да? Все радиопередачи.
through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that
Я думаю,
keeps you
всем
in
насрать на
business.
день оленя.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but... Definitely, Pat. Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually
Not
most
just
of
me.
the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat.
Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
Бухлишка у них тут.
See the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks.
В теме.
The goods.
Что, обязательно пнуть нельзя было открыть просто? Нет, нельзя. Надо было пнуть. А бай мы там оставим? Так эффектнее. Трактор. Охренеть. Что ж. It's gonna be tough. Может, какое-то лицо что-нибудь полетит. Вейка скосила. Скосила.
Got to be kidding me.
Дверь силосного хранилища. Как-то все странно организовано.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me. Hang on.
Hey, let's go, man.
Hey, let's go. А звук стрельбы его не смутили.
I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy.
Ну, ладно.
Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there.
Вальгалла называется.
Place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Алан, ты, я смотрю, это во вкус вошел?
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this thing.
Бензопила. Вальгалла!
The lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
In the valley of my shadow.
place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch.
Oh, gods
I don't
know the
think they keep
truth.
too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
No kidding. Those guys sound awesome.
Гитара. Старые боги знают истину. Тайна попавшей недели.
Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Lantern.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
Честно говоря, этого не помню, но окей, как скажете. Любимая?
Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
Seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard.
Будь у вас пьяный по стрелушке.
Whatever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Просто на полу улегся. Так. Ну, типа, фишка, гаина огнем. О.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. Whatever power had brought me back to this night at the lake was also stopping me from leaving. I had no choice but to see it through, to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
Неожиданный ракурс.
Alice? Alice!
remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crashed car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Вместе этого Хартмана.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
Джаггер — это леди в черном. А она кто? Типа, откуда мы по ней уже знаем?
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice!
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right.
I must obey.
I'll fix it. I'll bring her back.
Spooky.
No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the spirit of my art a long time ago. She looks so old.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted.
О, бедняга.
But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Вот, Найтингел, привет. Клиффхенгер. Джеймс Джойс. Очередное прозвище.
There's an old town road with mystery of Tom the poet and his muse, and a magic lake which gave a light to the words the poet used.
Ну что, хороший был на сегодня?
About a grace and told the stories of treasures deep beneath the blackened waves. Till in the stillness of wonder and still in its mystic crown, the muse she went down to the lake, and in the waves she drowned.
Прям по сюжету и пипает. А, что та самая песня. Ничего непонятно, очень интересно. Не, почему, в смысле, теперь стало все вообще понятно.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
The clicker.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up, but let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
Хоть не убил нас, как и написано было.
Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
В своей лампе? Bright Falls. Bright еще это яркий.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
Поэтому так год называется.
Tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Oh, Al. Al, this is not good.
Мы все равно это дело еще послушаем с вами завтра. Итак, господа, на этом с Alan Wake'ом сегодня все. У нас через час Insurmountable. Это игра про покорение снежных гор. Мне кажется, в эту жару самое то. Увидимся на нем. А Alan Wake у нас с вами, если что, завтра в 12 в Москве. Может, пораньше, кто знает. Вот. Также сегодня мы еще смотрим фильм «Комнату». До встречи, господа. Спасибо, что смотрели. Приходите, если что. Пада-па-па-пи-пу-пам, пи-па-пу-пи-да-пу-пи-пам, па-пу-пи-пам.